What is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 342. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
Adam Vale.
What up, suckers?
And Brian Manjoma.
Imagine making an advert for your console and then putting said console upside down.
Oh,
how dumb is that?
Yo, that was ridiculous. You know, nobody in that production staff was a gamer. Nobody. Not the set designer, not the director, not the guy playing it. Nobody.
This isn't the first time, though. Remember, Microsoft with the original Xbox had it where the controller wasn't even plugged in. So they're like moving the controller around. I was like, I mean, the console wasn't plugged in. You could see it's not plugged in, but the people on the couch are all happy and shit. And that was an ad that was out there. They fucked up.
Yeah, so it's like nobody there in the production crew. Nobody knew. It's hilarious. I'm like, bro, that's upside down, man.
When you guys sent that picture on the chat, and I'm like, what, is he using an Xbox controller or something?
You didn't look at the thing you should have been looking at, you know?
Yeah. I sent a closer image so you could see what it was. Like, yeah, the PlayStation is literally upside down.
Yeah, the PlayStation 5.
This drive is sitting on the top when it should be sitting on the bottom.
Yeah, it's like, no, dude. That was embarrassing.
I have the all digital one, so I didn't notice it different. I'm like, oh, but I didn't even know there was the wrong way to do it. But I guess if you have the disc. Would be
it's like the disc on the new PlayStation and the Xbox is on the bottom left.
Yeah.
So if you flip it over, obviously you cannot put you can't put the disc in with the cover up. You'd have to flip the disc upside down, unless that dude likes to play his PlayStation like that.
You know, now I think about it, like a lot of consoles have the disc drive on the left. I just thought about that now. I was like, yeah, they always have it on the left.
Whereas the previous generation used to have it on the right. That's the right side.
But like even the PlayStation 4 on the left side.
Yes.
PlayStation 3 on the left side. PlayStation 2 on the right side though.
No, PlayStation 3 was on the right.
No, it wasn't. It was on the wait. Oh, where you're right. It was on.
It's on the right.
Yeah, because if you flip it, yes, it's right.
Because on the left side of the PlayStation 3 was at least the fat version was that little.
That was the bottom of it.
Top, the flip top thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Stick the cards and stuff, and then the thing was on the right side, and even the more cheaper model, the one that just has the slide cover.
Yeah,
that was also a right load too.
The one I had because I bought the second one. Which one did I go in? I think that must have been left too, outright as well. So yeah, it was PS4 that started the whole like, hey, everything's on the left now. Kind of interesting how that works, you know?
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, I should probably text Brett, see if he's going to join us. So no Chris action. He has to unfortunately do some work, and it's not like Manny's work because Manny can work and still talk. Chris needs to just super concentrate.
He's got the technical mind, so he can't be talking and doing programming at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Unless Carlos and Brian can say differently.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Yeah,
it's really hard to focus on two things like that. Yeah,
just like
I understand Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I really understand what Chris is going through.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thankfully, I don't have to do any of this, but I would not be able to write while doing this podcast either. Impossible, not even editing. I'm like, I got to concentrate. But it was kind of upsetting because our second story night, we want Chris, man. But hopefully somebody asks us a question about it because when we talk about Nintendo, we want that Chris, we need that Chris insight, man. Anyway, let's get on with the show. This may be a short one. For several reasons. One, Brett's not showing up, and two, not a lot happened this week. But we will give you the show regardless. We are not one of these podcasts. Nothing happened this week. We're going to take off. Fuck that. You will get your throwdown,
Nah, man, if it just means it's a show, you just might get a little bit more vamping in between the stuff.
And listen, no one ever complains about the vamping. Not a single time. They like that stuff. Oh, by the way, shout out to all of our American listeners and viewers for 4th of July. And thank you for bearing with the time change because, the Sunday show had to move to Monday. So this is a little interesting. It's like we have less space, but again, nothing happened, so it doesn't matter. But Let's get on with it then. Well, first topic, this one we'll probably be here for a little bit though. The July 2021 PlayStation State of Play. Give our impressions of it. So Sony up front, and I'm glad they're doing this, and even Xbox is starting doing this too. They tell you what's going to be there to set expectations because motherfuckers are crazy. They still went crazy. Don't get me wrong. People still making up all these lists and stuff like, oh, I want to see this, and that. I'm like, bro, you're not going to see any of that shit. Sony didn't list it. Oh, but they didn't not say it's not going to be there. Come on.
Well, most of the big ones they did say.
My favorite one.
They did say it wasn't going to be there. Yeah. I remember, like,
my favorite one was people. Our favorite website, comicbook.com. They post about everything but comic books in that fucking site.
Yeah,
they changed. They changed.
But anyway, so they posted a story about like PlayStation fans upset that they didn't show Final Fantasy 16. I'm like, hold on. Now I had to calm myself down. It's not only a fact that like Sony didn't need to tell you it wasn't going to be there. Because we're like, oh, they didn't say it wasn't going to be there. They said third parties, so there was a little bit of hope. If Final Fantasy 16 was being shown at the show, you think it would have been like second to Deathloop? Get the fuck out of here.
No, it would have. It probably, if anything, it probably would have been the whole show.
It would have been the entire show because Sony flat out said our lead game is going to be Deathloop. They were not going to just sneak in. Oh, by the way, Final Fantasy 16. No. Final Fantasy 16 would be its own show, but people were upset because it wasn't shown. And again, Sony can't list every game that's not going to be shown. That is stupid. Think about that. It'll be a 3-hour post. Like on YouTube, they'll have to make a video. Here are the games that are not going to be shown. And they would have to list all games in existence. People are crazy, man. So even when Sony tells them what to expect, people lose their minds with crazy expectations.
Crazy expectations.
It's insane. Adam, what are you doing over there, man?
What am I doing?
Like I see you doing something with your hands. I'm like, you got like a...
No, I don't know. I don't know. I got some weird like itch thing on my ring.
I thought you were using one of those like those things.
A fidget spinner or like a
yeah. I thought you were like, yeah. I was like, what kind of spinner is that?
It's funny. You don't see that shit.
Yeah, you don't see that shit.
It's funny. Back in the day, though, like Adam used to wear a bearing from a rollerblade on his ring, and he used to spin that.
I did, and now that's crazy because that had sharp edges, and if it got stuck, that would have been a pain in the ass.
And that's how I lost the finger. Actually, no. How did you actually? No, Adam did actually lose a finger though.
Oh yeah, they put this one back on, so you can see I got a metal coil.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a metal coil. There's like a lump there, and that's why it's permanently bent. This one got chopped off from a freaking roller. I had that's a whole side story. There was an accident that happened to me, and my finger was stuck on the roller, and then picked it up, go run inside, and my boss was like, "What's this?" Oh my god! All the blood squirting. I had to get rushed to Coney Island Hospital. It was a mess, but they put it back. They put it back.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, let's run down State of Play. So I'm running these down from GameSpot. So let me know if I missed anything or if these guys missed anything. And I don't believe this is an order either. I'm just going to go into order these guys listed them. So we have Moss Book 2. That's a mouse game, I believe. That's the
VR game.
Yes, a VR game. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool that they're doing another one.
Yeah,
it's actually probably one of the most intuitive VR games that have been made, since the one that Ready at Dawn did.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't have anything to say about that. It's a mouse game.
Yeah, I didn't play that game. I don't know if Brett played it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I was looking at Twitter at the same time the show was going on. People were like, "Oh, this is what's the name of the game? Mouse."
Moss.
Moss is like, "Oh, Moss 2. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I've never heard of this game.
I've never heard of Moss 1.
Yeah.
So there you go. Hey, listen, they're still supporting PSVR, so.
If they made a sequel, somebody bought it, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. All right, next up here we have by the way, full disclosure, I completely forgot about this fucking thing. That's how much attention it grabbed from me. So, hopefully I'm going to assume at least one of you guys saw the whole thing here, All right, next up here we have Arcade Geddon. I'm just going to read what it says here. Ilphonic, they're the same people who made Predator Hunting Grounds and Friday the 13th, revealed a new trailer for Arcade Geddon, an upcoming third-person co-op loot shooter that takes place in a colorful cyberpunk future. Pass. I haven't seen anything about this game. Pass. I'm done with looter shooters. Done with live service games, but we're going to talk about that in a bit. Anybody have anything to say about Arcade Geddon?
I'm watching this trailer now. Let me see.
Yeah.
Arcade Geddon, huh?
The idea looked cool, but after seeing like the loot drop, I was like, I really don't want to do this again. Like again, I was with it. I'm like, okay, it looks cool. It's co-op. It's like you can play solo or 4 other players. I'm like, okay, this is looking good. You know, nice looking world, nice looking environment, shoot stuff. What's not to love? And then I see the loot drop, and it's like, I don't want to do that. I really don't.
It looks like Monday Night Mayhem. Remember that game when that came out a few years back? That's what this looks like. It's a pass. It's a pass.
All right. Next up, we have a game called Hunter's Arena. The 30. All right. By the way, Carlos, maybe can you get some of these videos up there? You're not doing anything, are you?
I'll try. Let me see.
Just look up Hunter's Arena now. The 30-player melee-focused fantasy battle royale game.
You know, it's funny when you say arena, you kind of already know what you're gonna get.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Some arena games are fun. You know, we got Doom and Quake and those. They had some good Unreal Championship.
Yeah. All right, let me just finish reading this for myself. I stopped halfway through the first sentence. I'm like, oh, God. Right. The 30-player melee-focused fantasy battle royale game Hunter's Arena got a new gameplay trailer. I didn't know how the old gameplay trailer that further broke down how the game works and revealed that the game will launch for PS4 and PS5 next month. Okay, hey, a game is actually coming out this year. Good for it. The game will also be available via PS Plus. That's good. You know. All right, Carlos is going to play the size that up, right? I guess. Let's see what this game looks like.
Guys, looks like Ezio.
Pero why?
And this is a pass too.
Yeah,
It's a pass. Well, I want to see this shit though. Let's see. Yeah,
you can see it. It's it.
Yeah. All right.
The
go ahead,
narrator
Carlos.
has a crazy voice.
It looks really nice. I would have to admit that.
Yeah.
Like it seems like it has some good production to it. But
Whoa.
again, battle.
I'm gonna scroll.
Battle-
Yeah, scroll
Royale.
to the actual shit. Yeah, no, Brian, you're right. It does
like,
look nice. Yeah. But
It's
yeah.
battle royale, and that's the thing that got me. Because again, everything apart from that looks nice. Like if you'd have that and it was like a co-op thing, then yeah, it'd be great. Because you can customize your character, you can do dungeons and stuff like that. But then you need to deal with other people and their bullshit, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
You know, I'm gonna leave. Yeah,
So
there you go. So
that was cool. Like the Afro guy with the disco ball. It's like, okay, cool. That means that they have some fun to it. You know, it's like, okay, they have a sense of humor and they know how to. Well, how do I phrase this nicely? Carlos, if you go to towards the start of the trailer, there's something that caught my eye, and it's like, oh, okay.
Let's go back to the Star trailer. Let's see what's up. All right, Brian.
And
So we're just gonna
then-
let it run. Can you see it on your end?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right.
And
Dora
about
Goro.
3 seconds. Yeah, I see the half-shaven head guy.
Yeah, there's
there.
Killmonger.
Oh, I know,
got my
Brian. I know exactly
And
what
I
you're
see
gonna...
that. I'm like, this is not a Western studio.
This isn't what studio?
It's not a
No,
Western.
Western.
Studio.
Oh, Western. Yeah. No, you're right about that.
He's talking about the proportions.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yo, it's funny
Yeah.
seeing these well-proportioned women. I had just on Twitter right before I came on. They showed, I don't know what anime this is from, but it was like this girl had the tits. Her tits were so big she had to have like minions grab her titties and hold them up. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That sounds like one of those Kagura games.
Yeah.
What was it? In the last Street Fighter, there's a character who has some big door knockers on.
Yeah,
Remember?
but I just found it funny. Like her titties are so big, she needs minions to carry them for her. So Japan never change. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, so that's Hunter's Arena, but it's a battle royale, so we don't care. All right, Carlos, look up Fist now. The game, the game. I know. It's called Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. You got to be careful with that. Yeah, got to be careful when looking for Fist. You can't even type Fist game because that might be suspect.
That is a game. That's a separate game. That's on a different site.
I first learned about that from a Tool song, by the way. I'm like, oh, is that what that means? Oh shit. All right, so this thing says TI Games says self-described diesel punk Metroidvania Fist Forge and Shadow Torch got a new trailer revealing the gameplay of its bunny protagonist in action on September release. Okay, so
that would look cool.
Oh yeah, this
looks cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys listening? This looks like it's a 2D kind of melee game.
Yeah, like a platformer melee sort of game. Yeah, this one was a cool one.
It's got like rabbit crazy about this.
Yeah, no, it's got
like rabbit people or animal people in it.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know if Riku would like this though.
Is Riku a furry?
Actually, I think he may be.
Then he might like this.
I can't say more on air, but I think he may be. All right, so there's Fist. All right, let's look up what's the next one here? Sifu. So let's look up Sifu, Carlos, and Sifu, not seafood. You know,
yo, man, seafood. I want some food, son.
I'm gonna read you some stuff here from Nibelian over on Twitter. He goes, "You can restart instantly after dying, but you'll age," which is interesting. Well, trailer up here. You cannot age eternally. If you're too old, you have to start your path again. If you stay strong, with your increased age. All right. So here's the Sifu game. So you age in this game now.
Yeah.
When you die, you come back and you're older.
Why?
I guess.
Better why?
It's an element of gameplay.
That's it. Just change it up. I mean, what other game does that? You know.
No, I get that, but I guess because again, I didn't see this. Did the trailer explain like the narrative reason why you age?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
It
looked cool. The thing that sucked though, and that's the only part that stuck out to me, is that it got pushed to next year.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I don't even want to get hyped about it because I am excited. It looked awesome, especially the combat.
And can someone? I'm going to sound like an asshole, but I need to ask because this has been on my mind since I saw this. Why are people hyped for this?
It's fun. It looks like an upgraded version of Kung Fu. You're going through the corridors, you're beating the shit out of people, slamming them against doors.
Like, is there anything to the game besides just going to rooms and beating the shit out of people? Is there something else?
I think that's. Yeah. Sorry, Carlos?
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I think that's the whole appeal, just that you can do that, and I'm assuming that there'll be like different styles to master, and you can like mix and match styles and all sorts. So I think it's just like a more in-depth version of like the Arkham style combat that we've seen. Where like the mixing, like okay, you can like choose what you do instead of just pressing X all the time and dodging.
Yeah, but
I think that's the thing. But
there's a story if you.
No, but I'm saying like Arkham had more than just fighting.
Yeah. But we don't. They probably holding some things to their chest. It's still early, and now
there we go.
Next year, so.
Yeah.
Gotta have something.
Well,
it can't be. If not, that would be like a weird. Not an endless runner, but one of those where you really
I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're saying. The thing is, remember, this is an indie game. I don't know if how much they could put into this thing, but I was just curious because I saw a lot of people hyping. I saw this, I'm like, oh, what's the big deal about this? I don't know.
If it was like a fighting game mixed in with like, well, I just think of it as it's like a fighting game, Tony, but instead of 2D, it's 3D, I guess. That's a bad way
he
to phrase
picks
that.
up weapons and can throw him throwing a knife down the hall.
So it's Shenmue.
Piece of Rage meets Tekken.
Yeah,
I guess.
Or it's Yakuza. I just want to know what else is going on in there.
We'll see. We don't really know.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, they don't. But yeah, not coming until next year, so we have to wait because it was supposed to drop this year. All right. Next up, Carlos is Demon Slayer. Oh God, one of these fucking Riku games.
That's a pass for me. I saw that. That's a pass.
You know what? Don't even bother. I don't care. I don't care. All right. Death Stranding. Let's get that up there. Let's see what's going on.
You got
So this is Death Stranding director's cut. So a new
the
trailer for
spin-off
Death
of Walking
Stranding
Dead.
was revealed, and I'm going to read some facts about it to you guys. For also from Nebellion here, new battles, advanced combat mechanics, new melee, more weapons, firing
Hairless
range.
legs.
Yeah, you know, firing range, cargo catapults, ramps, and more transport possibilities. New story missions and a racing mode. Very interesting.
Yeah, there's they show some stuff he wasn't able to do. Like they show him do like a drop kick on a dude, and so yeah, they actually added some additional, like, I guess he, instead of the punch kick thing he used to have before. So
Yo,
and yeah,
man,
that's, oh, go ahead.
what is this? What is this? Death Stranding Sifu?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. And yeah, they added some new boss battles and some new monsters to fight. A little more on the, apparently if you bought Death Stranding previously on digitally on the PlayStation 4, you're eligible to get the upgrade for $10.
Nice.
But from what they said, they did not include the physical edition. So if you bought the physical edition, it doesn't seem like they have the upgrade thing in line for it, which is kind of silly. It's like, wait, you bought the game, so why can't you just do the silly upgrade?
Or maybe if like you rent it from GameFly or something like that, that's why, because they can't really detect if that's something you own. But yeah, if you pay $10 and you don't own it, then it's not doing anything for you.
Well, to me, yeah. Like, why would you do that anyway, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I mean, they still make the money regardless, even if it's just a GameFly upgrade, right?
Yeah.
You know, a GameFly. So, but yeah, it's a little silly. It's like, you know, especially for those folks out there who went and bought that big old collector's edition that came with the friggin' baby and all that other shit. It's like, why can't you just, if you really wanted to get the upgrade for this game, why didn't you do it? Also, this game is not available for 4. This director's cut. It seems to just be only PlayStation 5, at least from what I can see or seen.
Here's something interesting. Unlike other Sony games, there are no $70 variants. There's a $50 one and a $60 one. The $60 one is the digital deluxe edition. By the way, I don't see an option to get that $10 upgrade on here. But maybe they'll do that later. I'm on PlayStation stores right now.
According to their publicist,
Better not be Jeff Grubb.
You know,
no, it was an actual person who worked for Kojima Productions. He explained what they're going to be doing, you know, as far as, you know, upgrades and all that other stuff. The other thing they also said was, I can't remember.
I mean, if it's $10, man, that's a pretty good good deal for me.
Is. Yeah, but I'm looking at the store right now. There's no option to upgrade right now. And maybe they'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they said, I don't know. They said to check your store or whatever.
Is that the release date true? September 24th?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice.
So you can play your next gen. You can play. Also, he also explained that the game is not the director's cut, as in Kojima had to cut things out.
Well, obviously,
obviously it's a director's cut of, they wanted to add more to it, so it's added to it as opposed to like stuff that was cut out. But then why call it a director's cut?
Because it sounds fancier than Game of the Year edition.
You call it a definitive edition or something silly.
They could have
like
no.
that.
They just wanted to be, you know, silly.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have called it the Kojima cut, but it would have been too in the nose on the nose.
He could have put 10 more Kojimas on the front cover.
Yeah, that's. Oh, you get to do some races now.
Yeah, they got races. You got little cars and stuff like that. That car was not in the original game.
No,
that
it wasn't.
Limo, funky limo thing. So yeah, you know, races, and then I think there's some new options as far as multiplayer. There's some multiplayer things. I think you can drive against people in that mode, as well as I think in the main open world. There's some things that you can do too. So, and then they set leaderboards and stuff like that. So interesting stuff.
All right. And the last thing here, the game that was the featured game, Deathloop. So let's get that up there. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. The interesting thing here is because I didn't see this, but it looks like this was already known information. Yeah. because I'm looking at the list here. I wrote about all this shit in my preview, but I'll list it for those who may have missed it. Carlos, you could play that whenever you're ready. All right.
For some reason, this just started fucking
Uh-oh.
up. 1 second.
And make sure it's on a death loop. All right,
There
there
we
we go. Good stuff. All right. Use each loop to learn more about your targets in the world. You can save abilities, weapons between loops with Residium, which you can find at your corpse, for example. Multiple ways to get rid of your target. And Juliana, she's the other character, can invade your world. There's PvP in there. Yeah, we talked about this before already. I guess this is all just newer footage, I guess.
Yeah, it's more. I mean, it's not the same footage. It just shows a little bit more of some of the powers.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially, I mean, it doesn't really change anything. Everyone kind of gets the gist of what this game is about.
Yeah. One
yeah.
thing that the director made very clear, this game is not a roguelike game at all. Yes, you do die. Yes, you do die. You lose some stuff, but it's not a roguelike. Because, for one, your character retains all his memories of what happens. And, like, for example, weapons crossover, abilities crossover, and access codes transfer go over. And also, unlike a roguelike, there's no randomness in this game. The world is the same every single day, no matter what. It never changes. So, because that's a big feature of roguelikes, the random element, there's no randomness in this game. If you go to one part, the guards will do the same pattern they do every single time without fail. So just keep that in mind, But yeah, like I said, I wasn't really interested in this game, but after that preview I went to, whenever the hell it was, I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. And this is probably going to be one of the last, if not the last, Bethesda game on PlayStation. So enjoy it, I think that's it for the state of play. I don't know if they showed anything else.
Not that I remember.
Yeah, I think they pretty much covered it there. But yeah, again, Sony told us exactly what's going to be here, so nothing to complain about, I do question why we needed to have this as a state of play as opposed to just separate, like, blog posts or whatever, but I guess it's better than nothing. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you think this one deserved to be a state of play, or, because we've seen some of those state of plays where, like, what the fuck,
It's just to say they have an event. Why not? They were like, all right, we got some stuff to show. Let's just put a label on this shit, make it special.
Ooh, I got a question, because I saw people, they were going, oh, Sony's going to show some this summer. Sony's going to show some this summer. This is it? I wouldn't be surprised. Unlike like something else that we're going to talk about, it's not what you thought it was, Because people were hyping this shit for months. Sony's going to have some. Oh, they gotta have something. Nope. Go ahead, Carlos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fine. I mean, did it deserve a state of play? I think so. It had enough variety in its announcements that I didn't see any issue with it. New Deathloop footage, the whole Death Stranding, Moss 2, which a lot of people went crazy for, the Demon Slayer game. It's like, yeah, it had enough. I mean, it's I'm not hyped about it, but it was fine.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really anything to complain about or anything to get excited about either.
Yeah. Wait,
Manny, they're bringing Springing back? I got distracted by Twitter.
Yeah. Apparently Netflix showed a trailer for Spriggan. I don't know if it's a reboot or if it's.
I mean, I see CG in there, so.
Yeah, there's some CG in there.
But yeah, these motherfuckers out here don't know about Spriggan. Anyway, state of play. I guess it exists.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah. Hey, listen, it's something. What's up?
Did miss out. There was one space game.
I just listened to whatever they had in there, man.
Oh, wow, even they missed it as well.
Yeah, so what did they miss?
Basically, the space game where you are exploring like a planet. You are like a team of researchers and you explore like an unknown alien planet and whatnot. It looks reasonably okay, I guess.
You don't remember the name, do you?
No, because I seen it and I was like, why do that when I have Elite Dangerous?
Yeah.
So hence I'm like, I don't see the point. So I was like, I'll pass. But yeah, that seems to be the only one missed. And since I'm here, I might as well just say, yeah, I think the whole thing was just kind of, it's just, it really did not need to happen, in my opinion. It just kind of felt like they threw something just to throw something out there and say, hey, we have things coming out. Because for the most part, it was just lots of nothingness, really. I mean, nothing really got announced exactly. It was just more like, hey, here's more information on stuff that we've already talked about, and here's more gameplay of stuff that we've already talked about, and that's about it. Because you look at all the games that Tony has just listed, most of them already had trailers out there. I mean,
Yeah.
one of them is even listed as, hey, this is the second time we've shown this game, and whatnot. Again, the Sifu one, almost called it Seafood. Sifu one, like was shown before Deathloop. I think now the third time they've shown it now. And the Battle Royale one, fighting one, they showed that before in one of the trailers. It was very quick. I don't know which one, but they showed it before. They just didn't talk about it. And then whatnot. So yeah, I expected nothing, and I still somehow got disappointed. You know, because usually there's like one or two things in there that's like, okay, this is something exciting, but it's just kind of like, you didn't really need to do this, in my opinion.
Yeah. By the way, I went over to another site. I'm not going to name it because they had a bullshit article this week, but they did have a history of that. You know, also made me semi-famous by stealing one of my articles when I first got in the industry. You know who I'm talking about.
Are they the ones that talk shit?
Yeah, they talk shit. So I'm going through the site. Yeah, there's actually some games that GameStop didn't post. So I'll go through them real quick. Tribes of Midgar Season 1. Okay. What else? Jet, The Far Shore.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the one.
How come I saw water?
Jet the Far Shore?
Oh, okay. No, you actually going on planets, though. Oh, wait.
Planet.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. It looks cheap. And that Demon Slayer, whatever. Oh, Lost Judgment. There we go. That's good.
Oh yeah, that was Lost Judgment. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one.
GameSpot, you missed that one.
Adam's hyped.
And that's it. Yeah, so those games, Lost Judgment, Jet, 2 T's, and Midgar, Tribes of Midgar. What the fuck is Tribes of Midgar? Let me look at this shit.
That's the one that you liked, the isometric one where you fight off like the ice giants and stuff.
I don't even remember that.
But you said that you were hyped for it. Well, not hyped for it, but it caught your eye when we seen it last time.
Well, I'm looking at
I
it
don't know
now.
when we seen it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm like, I have no memory of this.
I'm sure that's the one.
Yeah. No, Brian, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't remember. I just don't remember. I do see ice giants. Fucking isometric games. All right. Anyway, let's move on. What do we talk about next? Oh, I know what we're talking about next. Oh, man, I wish Chris was here for this one.
Oh,
We got to talk about Nintendo, bruh.
yo, man, what was this?
So
What we talking about?
the whole year, 2021, people are expecting a brand new Switch, 4K, all that shit, right? According to Bloomberg, right? Turns
I
out
think
that's
they
not the
didn't
case.
understand what Bloomberg said, though, because I've read it multiple times, and they said what the processor that they're putting there is capable of doing it. Didn't say that it was doing it.
Yeah. So anyway, we're talking about the Switch OLED model that is coming out in October. It's going to cost $350, and for the extra $50, you get a bigger screen, a slightly bigger, not crazy bigger, slightly bigger OLED, and a LAN cable.
No, you get more. You get memory. The storage, it was 32 gigs, now it's
Yeah.
64 gigs, and then you got the kickstand, if people want a bigger kickstand. But the key part is the screen and that memory.
The battery life is the same, they said. So that doesn't change.
No, it's storage. It's 64 gigs of storage.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the battery life. Battery life is the same.
The battery is going to be that battery for the newer battery.
Yeah.
That's
But
off
Adam,
of
you're
that
like the
red
only one
box.
that's hyped for this thing. So
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
because I didn't have any of these crazy expectations. See, this is just the way the internet works. They read something on one site, they read on another one, and then they just take it as fact. And instead of just saying, hey, this is what they're reporting that could be down the pipeline, it's now, oh, this is coming and this is in production and all this shit. The only thing that we know what was definitely confirmed that anybody could look up and you'll find it was all the orders from Samsung of the screens by Nintendo. So it's like, all right, well, they're definitely ordering screens. But all the other stuff, I mean, 4K and oh, it should do this, it should do that. Yeah, it should, it could, but it. When did Nintendo ever do anything like that? It just didn't make sense. And when we start thinking about the price range and where they want to go with things, but they've never really spit out a console that would be anything over $400. And I didn't see that happening. So I was like, all right, whatever. We'll see what comes down the pipeline. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is for me. This is for the people that
Yeah, that's what I really want to ask. Why is this for you specifically?
This is for me because it's a bigger screen and it has with the storage and the kickstand. I have my own separate kickstand that I use when I do in tabletop, right? But if not, then I'll do it in handheld. But for the cable, I can't use that kickstand, so it's garbage. And then the screen. It's just a bigger screen. It's not much bigger, but remember I had brought it up that when they do have a newer screen, that they're probably just going to slim down the bezel because the bezel is ridiculous. It looks like from like your first flat screen with these thick bezels, and that's what they did. They just shrunk that down, so it's still the same form factor. So all your cases and other peripherals that it slides into will fit perfect. So that's great. So I see it as just this is that slight improvement, that upgrade for people on the go. And we know they've probably done focus groups or they've seen from the sales. I mean, I laugh when I see these comments online and people are like, oh, well, I only played it docked and this. I'm like, you're playing the worst experience possible because all those games look like shit. Even first part, they all look horrible, blown up on a big ass TV. It doesn't look right. And then you'll hear from third parties. They'll say, "Hey, we optimized your best performance to be played in handheld for that 720 screen on it." Because remember, the Switch, yes, it's a Switch, blah blah blah, but it's focusing on the handheld experience, that screen. And I love the fact that they're like, all right, well, we'll just give you a bigger screen, an old, a nice, beautiful screen. It would have been nice. I'm not going to say it wouldn't. It would have been nice if they bumped it up a little bit internally. But we saw what happened with the 3DS and the new 3DS. Remember when that whole thing happened where,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, new 3DS, what can it do? Super Nintendo games. It didn't sell. No one gives a shit. And they split that market. People were bitching about it. So they learned from that. So I'm really not surprised. Are we ever going to get something else? Yeah, but it'll probably be listed as a completely different system, like a Super Switch or Switch 2 or something. It's not going to be within the family. And that's what the first thing they listed. They're like, oh, this is part of our Switch family. So this is just that middle ground. You had the smaller one, that with the mini, right? That did without the detachable Joy Cons, which is the worst because that one still has drift issues, and that
This one does too, technically.
This one could, yeah. The Joy Cons could definitely get that, but at least you can take those shits off.
Yeah.
And put some other ones on. I mean, the mini, that was the downfall with that one. And I don't want anything smaller. Man, I already have a big ass phone, big screen. I got tablet, big screen. I want something big. So 7, that looks fine. Let's go for it. And that was it. That was enough for me. I wasn't so hyped on the 4K no because, like I said, I don't dock this shit. I have a PS5. I have a PC 4K. I don't need it. And those games don't ever look good. I remember the first time I got the Switch and I got FIFA. Just the first FIFA. I'm like, oh, this is FIFA. How bad can holy shit, my eyes. I was like, I can't do this shit. I was like, I'm going back on my PlayStation. I was like, why does it look so fucking bad? It doesn't look this bad on the screen on the Switch itself, which is 720, but it's because it's shrunk down, it's more dense, condensed, as opposed to when you put it on a big screen, it's blowing it up, and it's got that haze. It's like my games all got cataracts. I was like, I can't play like this shit. I can't do it. I already have my cataract surgery. I don't need to be teased this way and play these fucking games on a big screen that look crappy. If you really care that much, they're like, oh, well, I want to play my BioShocks. I'm like, get it the proper version. Get the proper version of all of those. I just did my Tony Hawk Switch 1 and 2 review for on the Switch, and one of the main things I said, I still called it the GOAT, and I said the main thing that they did was they focused on importing the gameplay and the features. They're doing a 1-for-1. I didn't say anything about the graphics because it is not 4K. Nowhere near this shit, And the people should understand that. I accept it, but I also know that it looks great in 720p on the Switch device itself. If I'm going to play it, or I want to play it on my big screen, I got the version on my PS5. I'm good with that. That's the go-to. So I laugh when people are like, oh well, I keep it always docked. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's the worst way to play this shit.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I was that guy, right? I was like, I'm keeping this shit down. This was when I had my 1080p TV. It looked fine. The games looked fine from 720p to 1080p. They look fine. I cannot play the Switch anymore. I can't because I hate playing it handheld, and I can't play my 4K. It looks fucking atrocious, right? And here's the thing. I knew Nintendo was not gonna do a 4K upgrade because Nintendo's fucking Nintendo. They do the laziest thing possible. Like they never put any effort into anything they do. Look at the Switch itself is a lazy piece of shit. Let's just be honest here, you know. So I was not expecting
It's a tablet with their software on it.
It's a piece of crap, right? Like, dude, come on. People talking about the Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda looks bad. All those games look bad, right? So I was not expecting that, but it would have been nice if something would have been done so the games look okay-ish on 4K. No, nothing. So to me, I'm speaking for myself now. There's no fucking. I don't touch my Switch as it is. What the hell's the point of buying this shit? You know.
I'm gonna show you people. So
there's no point. Who said a fresh? Yeah, Nintendo bare minimum. That's what they do, man. You know. But again, the fans love it. The fans love it. Oh, here we go. The OLED. Hey, hold on. I'm on a rant right now, bro. I'm on a fucking rant right now.
Make it so number one.
These guys were talking all this shit. Oh my god, OLED is fantastic. Word. Hey Manny, what's the name of the other handheld that did OLED like 11 years ago?
Oh yeah, what was
you
that?
Know?
What was that handheld?
There was a certain handheld that did it like fucking 11 years ago, whatever fucking long it was. Oh, it's called the Vita.
Sucks? And you know what's up with the Vita? They downgraded for the second one as opposed to upgrading it. They actually down and put the LCD screen. Remember that? And it's like, why would you do that? The best feature of the damn thing was that screen. But so I saw the other issue. I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh well, playing in handheld hurts and all this stuff." It's like, well, this is how I do it. So
this is how we do it. It's Friday night, and I feel alright.
How you doing it? So you see, I have it. So this nice little case, it holds it, it still gives me that feel, and if I need to prop it up, I can still prop it up, and then I'll use my AB do.
All right.
So
AB
do.
Those
are two. You don't want to use them Joy-Cons, man.
No, I don't use the Joy-Con. I don't like using it. So then this is how this is the ways I play it when I'm on the go, and that's.
Oh man, I see what you got in your hands. What's that? Vita, baby.
What's this Vita? What's this thing doing here?
The best handheld
OLED,
ever.
baby.
Yeah, OLED. That's right, man. Before the Switch,
Oh, and it also. But wait, whoa.
Oh, there's more.
Does voice chat.
Oh.
And you don't need a separate app. You can literally talk to PlayStation 4 and 5 people with this baby.
Exactly. We need a phone app for that shit. Yeah, it really was ahead of its time. Too bad Sony didn't support the fucking system.
Man, they dropped the ball hard on that one.
They fucked up.
Can't believe that.
They fucked up. Like you guys created the best handheld ever, and you fucked it up. By
proprietary memory cards.
That's what killed it. That's what killed it. Mayday. Thank you for following. Appreciate that. But yeah, they killed the system, man. But the Switch for me, waste. Think about it like this: Carlos buys every piece of hardware. He's not even buying this shit. Carlos, get in here, man. What are your thoughts?
I don't like how people like to put stuff out in the air that's not true.
Uh-oh.
What you saying?
Uh-oh. Who was speaking untruths, man?
Adam.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what I said?
We came into the show, Adam was like, yeah, me, Carlos, I forgot Brad's gonna buy it, and I'm like, Adam,
you always buy. I mean, hell, you were gonna buy the Spider-Man console. Remember the PS? We're like, why? You have like two already. He's like,
why?
I like the color. You just like these things. So I figured, I'm like, why wouldn't you get this? You're a collector.
The difference is the Spider-Man console doesn't look like booty juice on my TV.
Oh, I would never do that. You can't plug these things. I might as well put. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do. Once I get, I'm going to take that dock and put it on eBay because there's no point. There's no point. I have a dock already that collects dust. In fact, the only time I plug it into this dock is when I need to charge it. So then I'll put it on and charge it. If I turn on with the TV, it's horrible. It's just horrible.
Yeah, no, 4K. It's you can't do it.
Can't do it.
I'm similar to Tony. I prefer playing my Switch on my TV because for a couple of reasons. One, my preferred way to play Switch games is through the Switch Pro controller.
Damn right.
And 2, I can't use the Joy-Cons. I can't use the Joy-Cons. The Hori's
too big. Man,
yeah, mine too. Mine too.
Yeah,
I can't like
Man
they just
hands,
feel
man
uncomfortable.
hands. Yeah.
Man hands.
No, but
And-
you're right. The Hories, they don't have the rumble. I got to get the shit Adam
Yeah.
has, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And then
Yeah.
even that in the 8B2, that also has the rumble.
Yeah.
So if I use anything, like if I use a Pro controller on my undocked Switch, it's gonna be like a small screen. Then I have to put it on the stand, or I'm like, what if I want to take it to bed, or what if I want to take it somewhere else? I don't game on the go. Well, I don't really, with the fucking Rona, I don't even go to work anymore.
Yeah, my Rory. Yeah, well,
Carlos, I thought you were gonna be like, I don't even game.
I don't
even
need game.
You know what you guys are talking about? I don't even know what I'm doing.
Oh, that was a video game. What am I doing on this
See,
podcast?
so here's the stand that
That was
I
the
use
anime
right
show.
now. Take a look. So you see, this is when I
Yeah.
prop it up. This is a damn contraption that I have to use now. So when we have that kickstand, I won't need to worry about that shit.
What the
Yes, and
fuck?
this is one
That's a
less piece
ram
of
from
plastic
GTA
there.
5, man. What the fuck?
This is one less plastic shit that I need to carry with
Yeah.
me in my bag. But
It's a transformer.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
how I do it.
Yo, hold on, real quick, guys. I'm down in the fucking chat. I see you guys arguing in there. I don't think Barry Burns in there to keep the Kristen's not around. That's why these guys are going crazy. Chill out, no arguing in the chat, please. Man,
What are
keep it
they?
civil.
What are they upset about?
Who the hell knows? But I see some saucy stuff going on in there. Just keep
Yo,
it
man, you
civil,
getting
man.
saucy in there,
You
son?
know, we ain't one
Yeah,
of those
I'm-
other podcasts. Anyway, go on.
I'm a big fan of Nintendo first party games. I'm just not a big fan of the hardware. I think
I rarely play any first party games.
I expected a minimal upgrade, maybe not a 4K. I mean, 4K would have made the most logical sense because that's the best way to sell the Switch. But I mean, they sell themselves, so I guess they don't really have to try that much. So they went super minimal effort on this thing with just the screen, adding a LAN port to the dock, adding the audio feature thing, and the stand. I think are the biggest ones, and upgrading the memory.
So think about it. Think if they did the 4K for docked, right?
Yeah.
Think of all the devs that would have to rework to try to add that feature in, to try to upgrade their game to make that work in 4K. Your memory card that's there, whatever size you have, would just be full from 1 or 2 games.
No, but we're not asking for
It would
4K
be
textures, just like so it looks decent on a fucking 4K.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
The
wouldn't do that.
upscaling or something. They
Yeah,
gotta fix.
yeah.
They gotta fix one of those
they
things
could
because
really make it upscale to 1080p. It looks like garbage. So
Like something in the actual dock itself, right? That could do something. I don't know. But somebody on Twitter made a great point. It's like Nintendo does everything possible to upgrade the experience of the handheld user, but they don't do anything for the dock user at all.
that's
You
what I'm
know?
saying. They have to be doing some kind of focus group or something. I mean, they see numbers we don't.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else. Like where there's a small niche audience of certain things, but they're seeing numbers, actual numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And it has to be telling them that this is how people are playing it,
Yeah.
and that's why they're releasing it. Because they're definitely not saying, "Hey, this is a niche product that we're making. This is this OLED. Are you interested?" No. They're pushing this shit out because they know that people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something that we don't know that they know.
I agree, and I'm pretty sure the reason they keep doing all these upgrades to the handheld is probably because that's probably how most people play it. You know. So I think guys like me and
I
Carlos
think
are in
so.
the minority. So I think the proof is right there. You know. Unfortunately.
I remember for me,
And
the
it sucks
big
because I
wake-up
want to
call-
play some of these Switch games. I want to play Metroid, but I'm like, how am I going to play this shit? Because I don't want to play it handheld. I don't want to play my TV. What choice do I have, man? It's frustrating. I hate dealing with Nintendo. Such a frustrating company, man. You know, everything they do is just irritating. Oh man. Anyway,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like Tony. I'm looking forward. Metroid 5 looks great, but that thing is gonna look like ass on your TV.
Yeah.
booty,
Don't look
man.
washed out. I'm washed out. No.
Oh,
It made Breath of the Wild almost not playable for me.
yeah.
It just didn't look good.
Especially after playing Horizon Zero Dawn, you play that shit, you're like, what the fuck is this? You know, it looks like someone smeared Vaseline on the screen, you know? And in
Like-
handheld mode too, it didn't look that pretty. Let's just be real, you know?
Like think about it, like even with just the minor improvement from the size of 6.2 to 7 inch, there's still a lot of developers that are going to have to do some kind of upgrade just so they can stretch out their game, their view, whether it could be the hub in a game that's on the top right. Now, with that stretch out, it might be more toward the center. They have to modify it to switch, to move over to the corner and stuff like that. There's going to be changes. It's not all games are going to look pretty once this happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Switch is what, a fucking two gens ago system basically. So what do you expect?
Yeah. But you know what? I like it for what I want to get. Would I like more? Yeah, of course. Is this perfect? No. I would have loved if it had a little more power under the hood. But yeah,
it's using the Tegra X1 chip essentially. That's what it's using. We're already on X2, and it's been a while since X2. The whole there's controversy. A couple of weeks ago, someone mentioned about the graphics of Shin Megami Tensei 5, and I was just thinking to myself, like, imagine playing a game that looks as good as The Last of Us on the Switch, or GTA 5 on the Switch, or I don't know, fucking any of the latter PS3 games. That's PS3. That's 2006. That's what, 14, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and we can't get the Switch. I know it's a handheld because that's the biggest thing that people will say about it. It's like, oh, it's a handheld. It's a handheld. Well, yeah, it's a handheld, but freaking Apple has a chip that is more powerful than most laptops. And it's portable. So, you can't use that as a crux. And I'm not even asking for PS4 graphics. PS3 graphics is fine. Give me something that looks as almost as close to The Last of Us 1. How about that?
Yeah, that would be nice. But this is Nintendo. You're not going to get that. By the way, I just got a text from Brett. He was like, "Oh, Black Widow is a longer movie than I expected. I guess he went to go see it tonight."
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Going to the movies.
Going to the movies, man.
And
good.
One of the things about Nintendo is that they always have their set of polish with their games. Like, even this generation, a lot of the Nintendo games have really bad frame stutters. Like, they don't go to their target FPS a lot of the time. So it's unfortunate, man.
But Nintendo fans are just okay with it. So there you go. All right, man. Moving on. The final story of the night. Told you, there's not a lot happened, but this one. All right, Assassin's Creed Infinite. Well, it's going to be a, and I want to get this right. It's going to be a live service platform. I'm not sure what the fuck this means.
I think this could work. I think this could work. Let's say it's to the point that you can create your own crew. I'm just imagining, like, let's say something like Red Dead Online, that type of service, but live, where they're always doing updates and doing all that type of stuff, and free maps and doing all these weird special events, sort of like a Fortnite, but with Assassin's Creed. If they sprinkle stories and things that are going on, and you get your buddies together, that might be fun.
Did they say that's what's going to be?
They said it was going to be open for people, multiplayer. So I'm sure you can throw in your friends. That's the whole point.
I don't know what the hell this is, because they said it's going to be a platform. Like, what does that mean? And they're like, oh, we're gonna have different projects. And I've read this multiple times. Like, what the fuck are they even saying?
The platform is like Fortnite. Fortnite itself is a platform. They just keep building on it. They keep adding stuff. They just keep it's been the same game for years. They just keep building on top of it. Yeah, the different seasons and stuff, but it's still the same game. I think that's what they're saying. Just saying for long term, this is what they want to have, which is no surprise because we see that with multiple games that they have that are for multiple years. We have the Siege game, that's still the same thing going on multiple years. All these add-ons that they're sprinkled on it.
So again, I'm confused. So you like sign up or subscribe to an Assassin's Creed thing, and it'll just you'll have new games available whenever they come out?
It could be like the Fallout 76 that has that subservice. That's a live service that's out there. There's things that you can do, build on top of it, missions, objectives, things pop up. Remember with the Hitman, when Hitman would have every week, there was like that they had a special name for him. There was like the elusive one. and then that would just pop up, and everybody would log in just to go find this guy. Maybe they do that in Assassin's Creed in different locations, and I'm like, oh, we're opening up this other part of Rome, and now everybody can go and do this for a certain amount of time, and then we'll move to another location. Something like that. I'm assuming that this is going to be a combination of every Assassin's Creed world we've been in. They're going to take all those maps because they already have them all and throw them in to this big world. And we're like, all right, now you select where you want to play, and then they have new objectives and missions in those worlds, and you can
We're
play
just
with your
speculating
buddies.
at this point. We don't even
So
know.
yeah, that's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm thinking because they kept saying that it's going to be the best of everything that we've already experienced. So maybe it's all the maps, right? You got all the maps, but we definitely know it's multiplayer. That is for sure. They said it's multiplayer.
Adam, you gave us a long lecture last segment about tempering expectations.
No.
You
I that's people. They were saying that's facts. I'm just throwing out what I think would be cool if they have it in there. When they said platform, that's what a platform is. From what we've seen with Fortnite and how we've seen with Fallout 76, how they just keep building on top of it for 2 or 3 years.
Man, I just don't think that the issue with the Assassin's Creed is that they need this type of thing. They already do enough to artificially inflate these games. They're like 100-hour experiences for no reason.
But we just talked about this last week. The whole thing with Valhalla. Remember they said, "Oh, we're not coming back with another one." And like you just said, we've already seen it. What else can they do? So this makes sense. Just go in a different realm. If it doesn't work, it doesn't fucking work. Whatever. We still have the Division, but we'll see. I'm not whatever. I'm okay with it. I'm open to whatever they can do.
Jason Schreier posted something that made me laugh. He said, "Seen a lot of really bad takes out there, so I just want to reiterate: Assassin's Creed Infinity being a live service platform doesn't mean it's Destiny or Anthem. There will still likely be solo narrative Assassin's Creed stuff. It'll just be part of Infinity."
But that's what I was saying.
Like, what the fuck does Infinity even mean?
I'm confused by this. This is what I'm envisioning because again, all we could do is speculate right now.
That's it.
So what I think it is just like a subscription service. You log in and it'll literally list every single Assassin's Creed game, and you select it and you play it. That's what I think they're gonna do.
We have that. We have Uplay. You could do that on Uplay.
No, because again, I'm thinking, Brian. I'll let you go. I'm thinking of the least minimal amount of effort they could put, and that's what I'm imagining them doing. Brian, what do you think this is?
Okay, you know how Monster Hunter World exists, and then had Iceborne, right?
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like Infinity is just going to be like the base game, and then rather than having like the next Assassin's Creed game, it'll just be Iceborne type stuff, where it's like, hey, just get expansion.
Yeah.
So just keep adding to what they already have,
building on it,
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, people say, okay, like, is that even possible? Like, well, that's what Warframe does. Like, Warframe has expansion after expansion. Like, they have one like almost every 3 or 4. Like, well, they used to every 6 months, just expansion on something, where they just add stuff to it, whether it's new weapons, new designs, new environment, that type of stuff. And then people are often going to say, okay, what's the point of that? But then, as Adam said, all these games that come out, they're basically the same game. So it's kind of like Assassin's Creed is pretty much FIFA at its point, where like every other year there's just something. And is it really that much different from the last one? Answer's mostly no. So why should they spend that much time going through all that work of, okay, let's do like a whole new game where we add all this stuff when they just say, okay, let's have like a base game and then just add stuff to that base game over time and then grow it like that. And to me, it makes sense because that's kind of the way that they were going in the first place. Like we said that FIFA should do the same thing, so why can't Assassin's Creed do the same thing?
The only reason why
I think it's because it's a narrative-based thing. It's not just like a sports game, you know. That's literally the same thing, you know.
But then you can do that with the narrative-based game as well. Again, like no one says that you can't do it. It's just that we've seen more examples with like multiplayer games, but with a narrative-based game, it's still the same idea. Just add more content to it.
So, but how are they going to handle the different time periods?
Well, we don't know. That could be different modes to it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can understand expanding like Like in Warframe, it's the same narrative. It's the same world. This is like taking place in different time periods. So how would they even?
All right, so I'm gonna use an example with the Call of Duty.
Let Brian finish. He has to answer my question.
Simple. They have the Artemis. That's
the Animus.
The
Yeah.
Animus.
Yeah.
I don't care. The sit in the chair thing and you get jacked. The Matrix.
Whoa!
They have the Matrix.
Yeah.
Simple as. So hence the idea is that you will log into Infinity, i.e. the chair, and then you simply choose which time period you want, and that boots up the game you want.
There you go.
I guess. So it's kind of like what I mentioned, just better. I hate and you guys who listen to this show know I hate speculation because it's based on nothing. I just skimmed this whole blog post of Ubisoft, right? 8 paragraphs. They didn't say nothing. 8 fucking paragraphs of nothing. Just these are the creative teams we're working on. We're very excited for future Assassin's Creed. Look for more updates. Nothing of substance is in here. What the fuck is this thing? That's all I want to know. That's a simple question. What is Assassin's Creed Infinity? Nobody has a straight answer. This is really frustrating, because we're over here talking all this shit. We're not saying anything, We're no better than these other shitty podcasts that do the same goddamn thing, It's like we don't want to be on that level, but we're forced to because of this shit. Why even announce this? Like, why not just...
They're saying, no, a lot of those that say things that's facts, though. They read something like, this is definitely... We're not saying any of that. We're just saying what should be in there from the way they described it. Infinite would be infinite of everything that they have, all the worlds that they already have. And like Brian said, in Animus, just log in and select where you want to go.
This is a waste of our fucking time if you think about it. Why not announce this when you actually can tell us what it is? Because
maybe shareholders, maybe they have somebody that they had to show up, that they have something coming down the pipeline.
I'm gonna bust out the Chris thing. Is like, they're just doing this for
shareholders.
They're doing the whole Assassin's Creed Infinity live service. They're doing the equivalent to SOE to their freaking shareholders. And it's like, live service Infinity, it's never ending, infinite revenue. Excuse me.
That's if it's on every platform. It's one of those where you can just log in on phones and tablets and you name it.
Yeah. I'm not,
How can you? I'm sorry, Carlos. I'm reading this blog post. Like, how can you write so much and say so little? It's almost an art form. Like, you wrote all this shit. This is like 800 words. Nothing. There's nothing in here. It's insane. Anyway,
I'm not a huge fan of these live service games. It's just in principle because it leads too many times to developers releasing games unfinished or half-assed. Like we have the Anthems, we have the Divisions, we have even something like World of Warcraft. It's kind of like a live service game also. It's one of the original ones, and it's like, that game looked the same for fucking almost 2 decades. So it's like, even like what 10 years from now, like Assassin's Creed is gonna look the same because it's just a live service. We're just getting expansion packs. We're not getting any rehauls to anything.
But
who knows?
Like, if I throw Warframe in the mix, it completely reverts everything that you just said. Like, it looks the same. Like, well, Warframe went through, I think, 3 or 4 major updates where they change stuff about the game, whether it's the lighting system, the models, etc.
But I mean, I guess it.
No, I was just gonna say that if you think about it, they've been slowly moving into this direction over the years. We've seen it with even now with the Division, which is still going on, Division 2 going around. They keep adding all these different packs and different locations and different islands, and they just keep building. It's still within that world, though. And where are they making all their money from? The microtransactions, the different items, the clothing, and all those little gadgets and stuff like that, and hotkeys for your weapons. It's just, they're building on it, and it's been going on, and they said it's going to keep going on for another year of those. So I guess they've tested and said, hey, this model works. So can we do this for Assassin's Creed? Because we have a lot of content. We have a lot of maps. And if we go off of Brian's idea of the whole plugging into the Animus and going to different locations, that really makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, I guess this is it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm still not even if what Brian says with Warframe is applicable to whatever Assassin's Creed is going to do. it still doesn't really entice me. And I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of live services because it's always, they wanted to do this with Red Dead Redemption 2 online, and that shit launched it as a freaking shit show.
Yeah, but they're still updating. There's another update just came out. Was it yesterday or today for that? So they keep building on it. And
yeah, they keep building on it, but when is it too late for someone like me who doesn't really like to play games later, and it's just because the division like Adam loves the division, he loves everything to do with the division, but I'm like I remembered the division when it came out, and it was and it was bad, it's like these live services games like that they're like somehow they're entitled to the benefit of the doubt a year later because of patches, because of new content, because of adding different features that make it playable, like No Man's Sky, like Fallout 76, like Sea of Thieves. Like these types of games, like they take their sweet ass time to get good. And I'm like, why doesn't the development stage, when they're actually developing the game to release it to people who pay, why don't they release it then when it's ready? And it's like,
well, we know we've talked about it where they just have to release it because of shareholders, whatever reasons to give it out for those financials. But the fact that they stick with the game, that's what we should be honoring. The fact that they do that they stick with it, they do the patches, they do the updates. They don't just say, "Oh, we released a shitty game, but you know what? The next version is gonna be awesome." No, they just keep building it and fix it. They listen to the community and whatever you issues. Like that was another main reason I kept sticking with the division, because they would have their state of the game every Wednesdays. You log in, it's on Twitch, and they would just listen, like, what problems are you having, what are you encountering? And then they had the devs, they'll talk about it, and next week they'll come back and say, all right, we listened, we figured out how to fix that, there's a patch coming and we're doing this. Oh, you wanted this added? All right, we're going to add that. And when you communicate with the community that way, then they keep playing. And then when your buddies are like, remember that shit, bro? You have a friend that says, oh, they fixed that, they did this, they added that, remember that thing you wanted, they put that in. All right, they did a weapon buff, we can do it, come on in. And that's how the ball keeps rolling.
Well, if they want to do that, then they should call this early access then.
They could.
I don't see any difference. I mean, same thing with Destiny 2. Remember, Adam, we played Destiny 2 and we were going to the same 3 fucking spots every time because there was nothing else to do.
That was it. That Titan land or whatever it was, we were farming. That's all we were doing.
That's all we had to do. And then, ask someone right now, 2 or 3 years later after Destiny 2 comes out, they're like, oh, it's so much shit. Well, like, yeah, obviously they're like, there's going to be patches, there's going to be content, there's going to be different things. And it's like, but I played the game like for 20 hours when it came out, and I'm like, this doesn't really seem like the type of game that I should have put this much hours into. It just seems like
was it called Taken King, the first one for Destiny 1, and then they did a re-release and they put some other stuff in. It was $60 also. I think it was
Taken King was Destiny 1,
yeah, and that was the thing, and I remember I bought it, I played it, I finished it, I'm like, all right, whatever, that was nothing. And then the next year they're like, oh, get Taken King. It was the same thing, just with some add-ons with the expansion or whatever, but still
I remember that price. Shit, Taken King.
Yeah, I'm like, this is some bullshit. How could you do that? So if they had a service like this, then they wouldn't have to do it, because then they can just sneak it in within the game that you have.
By the way, I finally found something of substance in here. All right, reading this from Kotak shit. Yeah, I said it. According to Bloomberg, which spoke to Ubisoft employees on the condition of anonymity, very interesting. Assassin's Creed Infinity will comprise different but interconnected Assassin's Creed games, with Ubisoft adding more games from different settings over the life of the service.
There you go. That's it. That's exactly what Brian was saying.
All right, see, yeah. That does sound like what Brian said. See, there we go. That's all I wanted. 3 fucking sentences. That's it. That 600 words of nothing, Yo, by the way, cool. I put that shit on a word checker to see how many words it was. There's fucking spelling errors and grammatical errors. I'm like, come on, Eurogamer, man, what's up? But they're European, so they probably don't know how to spell.
That's no excuse, because Eurocard 9 never makes a mistake.
Color shouldn't have a U. Color shouldn't have a U. That's a misspelling.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Rumor, color, exactly. Get rid of that U, man. But yeah, okay, so there we go. So it's going to be, I mean, we'll see. Have to do it, but yeah, maybe Brian's right. Just going to have the Animus and just plug in.
So Tony, like, let's say this comes out, and one of the locations is just going back in that time period where we're pirates again, but we could all be on the same boat. That'd be fun.
By the way, we don't know if
to do
there's
that.
multiplayer or not.
Oh, it is multiplayer.
We don't know that.
They did say
They didn't say that.
all their games are multiplayer for all this stuff.
How do we know that?
Services, all these things. Because they said
They just said
different
different Assassin's Creed. Again, I think it's like you have to connect online to play them, but I don't think like if I'm playing Assassin's Creed 2, that's not a multiplayer game. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you're not playing 2. You're going to be in that world playing other characters, maybe create.
We don't know that.
You're not.
We don't know that.
Well, he just said it. He
Who's
just said
he?
different. You just read it. Whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
but
you
he
just
didn't.
read,
Yeah,
just said it.
but he didn't say they're gonna play with your friends.
He said you're going to be in those worlds doing different objectives, different things.
He didn't say that. He said you're gonna be in different worlds. He didn't say what you're gonna do in those different worlds.
The universe that we've already seen. That's why we said that it's going to be like what Brian was just saying about plugging in.
Yeah.
And
But
going
again,
back
I'm
to
just
what
trying
we-
to say they said nothing about you playing with other people in here. They said nothing about that. That's speculation. Just trying to get that out there.
Believe that I just can't. believe
It's
it.
not in there.
All
I don't
that
want.
shit
It's not. It's not
everything
in
that-
there, Adam. That's all I'm saying. They didn't say anything.
They must have had something in there in one of those. everything they pushed, everything with the infinite and online service and all that shit. This would be the first.
Maybe you're reading
online
the Halo stuff.
subscription for.
Yeah, right. You got the wrong infinite game. All right. So there you go. Assassin's Creed live service. Here we go. Here we go.
You know what? I mean, all this talking about Assassin's Creed. I'm like, why are we? I know people are excited for this franchise, but I haven't cared about that shit since Desmond died. I seriously, man, I cannot.
He needed to die early on.
I didn't care, and like this, the new one didn't even interest me. No, the other ones interested me. It just seems like they have lost what an Assassin's Creed game is. They're literally turning it into a giant RPG.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think, whatever. Why not take it to the next level? Just turn it into Final Fantasy Online. There you go. That's what you're getting.
Yeah.
Jason
That's what it
Schreier
sounds
was
like.
saying that it's going to be
Oh,
like
God.
Fortnite with the multiplayer aspect, MMO feel.
Hey, guys in the chat, Desmond died in like 2009. Get over it.
Oh, come on. Are you saying spoiler now?
Yeah, they are. They're like upset.
Oh, come on, dude. You guys, literally, you've been playing Assassin's Creed, modern Assassin's Creed games. I mean, they've literally been saying he's been dead since the
All right,
last.
they're
last
joking.
3 or 4
They're
games.
joking. Thank you guys. I'm like, you motherfuckers serious right now? When did Assassin's
Spoiler.
Creed?
I'll give
Assassin's-
you want to complain about spoiler? I'll give you some
No,
spoiler.
don't do it. Don't do it.
In fact, I think they brought him up in Valhalla when you get out. They mentioned him.
He's
Still.
a fuck-
Hey, come on!
The dude
Now
is
that's
dead.
a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
The dude is dead though. It's not like he pops up.
Yeah, Adam, just see that's a spoiler.
You
Oh
talking
my God.
talking more does not make things better, man.
Count on
Oh,
Adam to
Lord.
spoil shit.
It's
Yes,
not like the ending with the aliens that show up and bring you back to the
Adam,
planet.
modern games, don't say shit.
Yeah.
But
Just
it's
don't
not
say
in it.
nothing because don't say anything.
Valhalla
Because whatever you
isn't
say
a
is
year
gonna-
old.
gonna jump you in it.
So if I make up something and say it, that's considered a spoiler.
Is that a makeup thing?
No,
you
he
didn't
did-
make anything up.
No, you.
I did made up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Then I didn't get to that point.
All right.
I
Well,
didn't get there yet. So.
just rule of thumb: modern game, no spoilers. Old games, spoil all you want. You know.
Yeah, you could talk about the twist ending and some of them games
You know.
later on.
But you can't. But don't spoil stuff like Jeff Keighley is actually the main protagonist of Death Stranding in the end. You know. You can't say shit like that.
We can't say that.
Yeah, nobody just moves
You
his
just
face.
spoiled it.
Hey,
You
it's
just
been
spoiled
me,
it.
guys.
It's really me.
It's really
I'm
me.
actually Norman Reedus.
Oh man. All right, that's gonna do it for Assassin's Creed. So, what games have we been playing lately, Adam? You're always the man who holds the segment up. So, what have you been playing lately?
Oh, remember we can do a
Oh
giveaway.
shit! I almost forgot. Giveaway. We're gonna keep this shit going. Giveaway, guys.
Giving away.
Giveaway.
What y'all giving away?
Ooh, and we got plenty of people in the chat too. All right, guys.
All
So
right, people.
Adam, he's gonna bless you guys with a code for Streets of Rage 4 for PC, baby. So
On Steam.
yeah.
They got some new DLC coming up next week. So if you passed on it or you didn't get it on PC, which looks beautiful, then this is your chance. We got this code.
So how do we want to give this away?
I'm gonna just drop it in the chat. First come, first serve. You know.
Let's give everybody get
Yeah,
ready.
PC.
Let's give everybody
Yeah.
a chance because I hate when people when this happens to me and I don't have Steam open or anything. Give everybody a chance and I want to see some people. See if you see them in the chat saying that they're ready. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah. Let me know when you guys are
first-
ready. Let me know when you guys are ready. I'll post it. It's Blitz. He's like on PC, nerds. Oh man. Okay, we got CK. Our boy CK is in there, Manny. He's ready. Paiku Han's
Okay.
ready. You know.
Clone's ready. Okay. All
Right.
right.
Estamos listo, my man Logic Wiz. Let's go.
All
See,
right.
Adam, what I tell you is PC codes, they will be snatched. They will be snatched.
There you go.
And every time we try to give
Plus, this is a
Xbox,
fun game.
yeah, when we try to give away Xbox codes, we can't even do it. All right,
Shit,
I'm
nobody
giving-
redeemed that shit.
all right. I'm sending this code out.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. Let me know whoever gets the code, man. Let me know. We should probably do some Streets of Rage music instead, you know.
They added well in the DLC they added more music.
Oh, I can't wait for that
coming
DLC.
out.
I can't wait for
Yeah,
that shit,
yeah.
man.
That's
Oh, we
be
gonna
fun,
play
man.
that? We gonna play that? We gonna
We
play that?
already
fun.
played it. We already played it.
No, we gonna play the DLC, son.
Yeah, we can. We play as the new characters.
Yeah, there's
you can play
3 new
as,
characters. There's a
Max.
training mode. There's a few other modes in there. Survival mode. which
Mighty
is
Nerd,
fucking
what's
cool,
going on,
man.
brother? I like how Mighty Nerd always shows up. Just wish everybody a good evening. So yeah, I don't know who won this shit. They're probably typing in, just copy and paste. But someone's got to
Yeah,
ask
that's what I
oh,
wanted
my
to give
internet's
everybody
down. Fuck.
Uh,
Yo, John, how's Twitch running for you, man? I know you were having some issues last time. I think I was having some issues with Twitch too. It's Twitch and Twitter. They were both weirding out on me. Anyway, Adam, games. What have you been playing lately?
Oh, what have I been playing? Tony Hawk. Playing Tony Hawk on Switch, playing Tony Hawk on PS5. Because I love playing them, but I don't really focus too much on all the challenges. And now I'm like, all right, let me start focusing on it so I can unlock all the levels again. So I've been doing a lot of that. I've been playing Valhalla on the PS5. That's fun. Been playing some Streets of Rage and some of the new stuff. So I'm working on that. That's fun. What else? There was something else I was playing on my Switch though. NBA 2K21 on the Switch, and the only reason why they had it on sale for like $4, and I was like, man, let me get this shit. And it's pretty good. It's comparable to the console version. I mean, of course, not visually, but gameplay wise, I feel like I'm playing the same thing. The presentation, you hear the audio, the commentary. That's pretty fun, you know. And that's it, really. Those are the main ones that I've been playing.
All right,
Just doing the grind.
Brian, what you been playing lately?
A whole lot of nothing.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Play nothing. So yeah.
I'm gonna sense a theme soon. Carlos, what have you been playing lately? Oh damn, he's not playing nothing either. He's not saying nothing. He's playing so much of nothing he can't even answer. I have also, Brian, been playing nothing because there's nothing to play right now. Nothing. You know, I know. There's backlog stuff, but whatever. I don't feel like playing nothing right
That's
now.
the hardest
you don't
part.
go back.
To go back.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about
play,
recent stuff like a Dragon and Judgment. You know, recent stuff I could play, but
I mean, you don't go back.
yeah, no,
They
going
got to
back.
release a remaster. for you to
And I
go
still
back.
gotta play fucking Final
Oh, that's
Fantasy
the other one we
remake.
can talk about.
Yeah.
Lost Judgment was also there.
Yeah.
They showed off Lost
Yeah,
Judgment.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
fun.
I briefly
Yeah, that was fun.
mentioned it. But yeah, I gotta play Judgment. But yeah, I don't know. I'll get to gaming when I get to gaming. Carlos, are you there?
He's
No,
to
he's-
come back.
Yo,
There you are. What have you been playing lately?
so I've been I platinumed the Miles Morales.
Excuse me?
Oh,
My man, my man.
Two platinums?
Two
I got two
platinums?
platinums in 1 year, 2 platinums in 1 month, 2 platinums
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What are you, Riku, man?
Yo, man, I'm on my Riku mode right now. Even though those are easy ones, but still, man. Yeah, I got because I still needed to finish. I didn't finish Miles Morales. I didn't know. I'm like, let me get because I finished. I finished Ratchet and Clank, and I got the platinum on that, and I'm like, let me finish. Let me play Miles Morales to get the platinum. I'm like, oh, I didn't finish this.
Wow.
So yeah, I was pretty much done with it. yeah, it was surprising because in order to get one of the trophies, you have to play the campaign in New Game Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so let me just do a speed run through this. The game is super short.
Yeah, it's 3 hours,
Like,
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not long.
Yeah, it's super short. It's 3 hours.
Wait,
So I'm like,
Miles, you had to replay it on New Game Plus.
Yeah, to get the platinum.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, to
It's
get
a-
the platinum.
it's a bronze trophy too for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, it's weird.
Um,
But then again, the game's
Yeah.
so short and easy, so so it makes sense.
Yeah, that
it's
is
bronze.
true.
Yeah,
and you go with all your upgrades and
Yeah.
all your level and stuff. So yeah, it makes it even more easier to get through.
yeah.
But yeah, man, Insomniac, man, they're the GOAT studio for Sony, in my
Oh, yeah.
opinion. They're how people complaining about the Rona and stuff, saying, oh, like we can't do this, we gotta push back stuff. Somehow Insomniac releases 2 games in less than a year, with all coming with PS5 updates, one actually being a PS5 exclusive. So I don't know how they do it, man. They're a great studio.
Hey, Carlos, if you think about
so-
it, 3 games. If you count the remaster of Spider-Man,
Yeah, if you count that.
yeah. So that's 3 platinums. And just this week they just released another update for Miles Morales to make the ray tracing look even better. Like, how are you
Let's
guys
do
doing
it.
this?
They're like,
Man,
we're
yo, they're
figuring it
doing-
out.
Yeah. So they're definitely the GOAT studio for Sony, without a doubt.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I said it.
yeah,
GOAT?
I think a lot of us would agree.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Brian's not gonna say Naughty Dog, so
Yeah, no, Brian. I don't know if Brian would agree with that, but he would agree it's not Naughty Dog.
I have one simple criteria: make a PC game, and let's see how you do with that.
it's not Guerrilla Games. So
Like, to me, like the PC is like the ultimate leveling field, because like, okay, cool, you can make games for consoles all day, every day. Fine, it's consoles, they're all the damn same. It's easy. Make it on PC. Let's actually test your skills there.
What
No,
if they?
they
What
don't
if, what if they? What
they
if you
don't
get
need-
another studio to do it though?
They don't need to
No,
do that
I
yet.
want them to do it. Like,
Yeah, they're not
everyone,
gonna- yeah.
look, again, if
Oh.
people want to claim that they are the GOAT, well, make it on PC.
Well, they go for
Let's see how you
PS5,
fare.
man.
hey, man, sometimes studios have a easier time with the PC. Sometimes studios have a easier time on the consoles. I mean, your GOAT studio made a decent PC game, but their console games are kind of shitty.
Hence why I say, like, put the game on PC and let's see how you fare. Because again, they are actual GOAT developers, i.e., DICE, who make great PC games. Even Kojima, Productions. Like they make great PC games, and I'm counting Metal Gear Solid 5 as well, because that's mostly them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
It
again-
was in a porting studio.
Nope, it was
they,
them.
no,
Oh, wow.
they did it internally.
Nice.
That's what I mean. Make a game on PC and let's see how you fare. You've seen that.
They even delayed because the PC was supposed to come fairly close to the at a certain point, but they actually delayed it so that they could work on it a little bit more and get it right. Same with both of them, Metal Gear 5 and Death Stranding. They did it, but they somehow able to make that Decima engine work better than actual Guerrilla Games with their lousy ass port of Horizon
Horizon.
Zero Dawn.
There you go.
Yeah. So
And then that's what I say, just put it on PC and let's see how you fare.
after what's it called? After Miles Morales, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be playing next. I'm definitely going to get the Ghost of Tsushima what's it called? Director's cut, I guess. I don't know, is that what they're calling it also?
everything Sony's director's cut. I just remembered I actually did play a game. I'll tell you that in a bit. Anyway, go on.
Whoa!
Yeah. So I'm gonna get that, but that's in August. So in July, I think I want to beat another game before that. So I'm on the fence. I'm either gonna do a Plague Tale, or maybe something like I don't know, Yakuza Kiwami or something. Still thinking.
There you got Kiwami, man.
But there
That's
is-
shit.
There is one game that we're gonna gonna be playing.
Yes. Should we announce it now?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Carlos and I will continue our Halo journey, man. We're going to be streaming Halo 3. We're going to finish the fight, which is halfway through, actually, if you think about it. It's the middle game in the series. So, yeah, we're going to stream Halo 3, the whole thing. Probably not on Friday, the whole thing on Friday, but, it will be probably Friday and Saturday because I doubt this game's very long, I'm going to assume it's as long as the other Halos. So, if it's as long as the other Halos, we'll crank that on 2 nights. So, stay tuned for that. And remember, this is my first time playing Halo 3. I've never played Halo 3. Just like I never played Halo 1 and 2. I played those for the first time. Those are all streaming. So go check those out and prepare for me and Carlos to finish the fight again. And we'll try to, get to 4 and 5 before Infinite. We're not going to do the side games. So if you wanted us to play Reach, too bad. You ain't getting it.
No, man. You got to play.
I'm not. I'm not.
No, Reach is a good one.
I'm not.
Why not, man?
Because I got other shit to do.
That's the last Bungie game. You got to play that shit.
No.
Play that shit before
You just said you have no games to play.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's different.
The one that we can skip is ODST. Even though it's a good game, it doesn't really. It's not really like Reach is like Reach is more of a prequel.
Yeah, so I don't need to. I just want to play the main ones just to catch up to Infinite,
But that's the main one, man.
How is it the main one? If it's a prequel,
Oh no! I mean, it's either the prequel or the first game, like in the series. Like it's that good.
One, yeah.
So if I were to suggest something, I would say we should play it. I don't know if we have
think
time.
about this. Think how long it took me to get back to Halo 3. It's like over a year. So I'm trying to keep these compact before Halo Infinite comes.
You ain't go play Infinite. You're gonna wait till they make the remaster, and that's when you get it.
Xbox doesn't do remasters. Remember?
They gotta remaster it.
Yeah, but remember, I have to play the original game first. That's when I'll play it again. But look out for that. Oh, the other game I've been playing, I completely forgot. And I got a preview for it coming next week. It's an indie game. Tony plays indie games for work. It's called Death's Door. You're basically playing a bird with a sword, and you hack and slash.
That penguin thing.
Yeah. Interesting game. It's better than I expected. I thought it was just going to be some kind of like Diablo type of thing running around dungeons. No, there's actually a lot of like cool puzzles in there. Some interesting stuff. So yeah, I liked it. So make sure to check out my preview that's coming out next week. Should be interesting. But yeah, the combat is really nice. I'll say that the combat is actually very fluid. Doesn't feel cheap at all. The isometric stuff, you get used to it or whatever. Yeah, it's not really much more to say because it's only a 3-hour demo I played of it. But yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know when the hell that's coming out. But the cool thing is, the progress I made in the game I played is going to transfer over to the real one. So if I'm curious, or if my editor needs me to review the game, I'll get to do that. But yeah, so I played that. I completely forgot. I just kind of went through the demo. You know how I do with demos, man. I go through those things. All right, Manny, what have you been playing lately?
Near Replicant, still playing it. I think I said on the last show that I did, the last game night, I kind of dig, sort of playing it live with folks. My streams are only about an hour and 30 and 2 hours. So yeah, whenever I get the urge to play again, or when my schedule's a little bit more open, I'll pop on Near Replicant and play through some of it. Last episode I fought a boss, and I think the episode before that I fought a boss. So good little stopgaps for everybody.
Good stuff. All right, I think that's gonna do it for us, man. So who has to plug stuff?
Well, plugging. There is this thing called plugging. At some point, you have to cut the cord on this stuff because it's already been like two weeks I've been talking about these. So yeah, out there right now, we have Superman Red and Blue with me and Elisa Martinez. We did a story in there about old Superman. Kind of fun. It's fun to actually get to do a Superman story. I think I've done 2 so far working on DC.
Nice.
Got a lot of DC stuff going on. Represent. This is all collected version. It's actually a lot of it is, I think, free online, or you can get the whole collected edition, or the first one's in. And then, of course, there's Static #1, which is out, and this month, obviously, Static #2 is coming. So keep an eye out for that one. Me and Kari Randolph are doing covers for that one. And obviously, there's a bunch of other things that I have in the pipeline that I can't talk about right now. You know how it is, NDAs. But I'll keep you posted, as well as, when I'm also going to be doing some streams.
Good stuff. Adam, what you got, man?
Just working on some game reviews for over at the Coalition, doing that, and we're just getting ready for August when Walking Dead comes back. So if you're into that, remember I Am Negan podcast we got going. That's on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, you name it, it's out there. So that's pretty much it.
Everywhere in the world, man.
Everywhere, the internet.
Yeah. And in addition to our Halo 3 stream, Carlos and I and Chris will be doing a spoiler alert for the final, thankfully, the final episode of Loki.
No, there's 6 episodes.
Yeah, there's the final one.
Aren't you doing 5?
Oh no, we still haven't recorded the penultimate, Tony.
What do you mean? I thought we saw the 5th episode already.
But that's
there's
not the
6
last
episodes.
one. There's 6.
There's 6.
Yeah, so we're doing the final one, right? On Saturday?
We're doing the
You didn't
No.
do it for 5.
no, we're doing the 5th one this Saturday.
Oh my
We just
God! I thought we saw the 5th one.
We saw the 5th one. We saw the 5th one yesterday, literally yesterday when it came out.
Yeah.
God
So we're
damn
gonna record
it.
the
That's
episode
not
on
the last
Saturday.
one, man.
One more episode. I thought it was over. I thought it was over. Oh man, because for some reason I thought the show was coming out on Friday. The episode. That's when I usually.
No.
Yeah, this one I actually watched on Wednesday. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, episode 5 review. The show's terrible. It's just bad, But the podcast or anything. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that on Saturday. We're gonna be doing a review of episode 5, which is had an alligator on it. That was good. That's about it.
Yeah.
Fucking Loki.
And old Loki.
The problem with the show is, I mean, there's a lot of problems with the show, but the main one is like you could tell it's just a stopgap to set up a fucking movie. That's all it really is,
Here's the one thing I find very interesting about all of those Marvel movies. You don't need to watch any of them to know what's going to be happening
Marvel
in any
shows,
of the
you
movies.
mean?
Yeah, those all those Marvel shows, you don't need to watch any of them because it literally just puts them back into a place where you thought they were going to be.
Yeah. Man, I'm really upset
like-
right now. I thought this Friday was going to be the final episode of that fucking show, forgetting it's a Wednesday show. God damn it. That's how badly I want it to be over, Like, it's not like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I was like, yeah, every week I'm like, let's fucking go. This is good, I'm glad we didn't do one for WandaVision. That was another one, Anyway.
You, Adam.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Adam.
What? Wait, what?
Bit of
Hey,
what?
when does the Walking Dead come out? Like
August comes back. It comes back in August.
Is it gonna do the whole AMC stuff, the AMC Plus?
Yeah. Well, they're still doing everything. Of course, that's their service. Yeah,
Okay.
they're doing the whole thing where it debuts earlier for Plus members. I think
So
it was
Happy
either
Place-
Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, so Wednesday, Thursday, and then there we go. So, oh yeah, then that's coming back. Now we're trying to figure out then after that World Beyond, the last part of that, because it's only 2 seasons of World Beyond. And they keep teasing that there's a tie-in between either Fear the Walking Dead or Walking Dead proper with them. So I'm assuming that some of the cast members from World Beyond are going to merge into one of the other 2 shows. So I'm just curious for that. I don't like World Beyond, but I'm curious to see who they gobble up in there.
Yeah. By the way, EA Play did have something today. Some FPS shit. Whatever. Who cares? It was Battlefield and Apex Legends. Remember we talked about that last week. But whatever, who cares? All right, I think we're done here, people, man. So let's see, where are my notes? Here we go. Yeah, again, thanks everybody hanging out in the chat. You guys were a little spicy tonight, but everything cooled down.
Who got the code?
Yeah, who got the code, man? Let us know. Who got the code? Who got the code? Who got the code? Who got the code, brah? Yeah, Logical Wins. What's going on, man? Yeah, who got the code? Then we got to fill up time waiting. What they're talking about Knights of the Old Republic now. Never played that game. Didn't own an Xbox, so I missed that.
It was all right.
Mighty Nerd said he didn't get the code. I bet the code may have been by a lurker. John Christ, what's going on, brother? All right, I'm beginning to assume somebody got the fucking code. I want to wrap this show up already.
Yeah, somebody.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. All right. Follow us on Twitch and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Go to the Discord where it is always popping. You can find us on any podcast app, just like the coolest. You can find us on any podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show. You can visit throwdownshow.com to listen to past episodes into your ears. Links to everything down below. And if you're watching us on YouTube and you enjoyed this episode, because we don't do that bullshit at the top of the show. Oh, smash the like button, bro. We got to prove ourselves. So if we proved ourselves to you and you enjoyed the episode, hit like, subscribe, and ding on that bell. So get notified of all the good stuff we got. We got Throwdown clips, we got Throwdown shows, we got Throwdown streams, we got everything, man. So go check it out. Anyway, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time.
Carlos Romero.
Hey, take care, everyone. Deuces.
Adam Vale.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
And Brian Manjoma.
Larry Peoples.
All right, guys. We'll be back with Throwdown the Director's Cut next week, man. Later.
Peace.